Hello everyone! Welcome to another episode of Nathan's 3D Factory. In this episode, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you how to model and rig up a garage door. So I'm really excited for this episode, so let's get into our stuff here. Alright, so here we are in my Blender scene where I've been doing Danny Duck's house. So right here, I have a control where I can go to my garage door. And I can pull it up, put it down. Cool stuff, right? Very easy control. But rigging one of these things up, not the easiest thing to do. But I'm going to show you how to do that. So, first of all, I'm going to get a new Blender scene. Just put it into General. I'm not going to save that. Let's see. Alright. So first thing I want to do is that I want to take this cube and I'm going to make it so that it sits on the floor plane. G, Z, 1. Alright. And then I'm going to scale this along the y-axis, 0. Alt-M. Okay, that wasn't the right one. Alt-M as the last one. Alright, by distance. That is our remove doubles thing. So if I just play around with that, G. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so now I want to scale this. I'm going to get out of edit mode and go into object mode. I'm going to pull up my properties. Now I want those dimensions to be, let's see, 2 right there. So that's good along the z-axis. Along this one here, along the x, I want this to be, let's see, is 3, I think is what it was. All right. Well, actually, it's not going to matter anyway. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, we'll get out and get to that in a moment. This is going to be our track object. So, I'm going to take this, I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to turn on my snaps right here, my magnet. I'm going to go to vertex. Shift D, Z. Okay. Also, I'm going to rotate that along the x-axis, 90. All right. G, Y. Okay, G, Y. There we go. You have to do it a couple times here. It's kind of quirky like that. All right, and then I'm going to extrude this edge right here, E, Z. I'm going to do it 0.15. I'm going to extrude it back, E, Y, 0.15. There we go. Now, I'm going to take this, G, Y, G, Z. There we go. Now, I'm going to take all this stuff, and we're going to do that Alt-M by distance. So that way, all that stuff should be merged all together now. There we go. And then last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bevel this. So I'm going to take those. Put it in edge mode there. Okay. And then I'm going to do Control B. I'm going to take it the entire distance. Now this property comes down here. Now I don't want this just to be this little bevel right here and that's it. So I'm going to take that so it's got 5 segments. Now I'm going to take all that, scale along the x-axis. So S, X, 0, Alt-M by distance. Now I have my track, but it doesn't end here. Where it ends is that I'm going to turn this into a curve. I'm going to do F3, convert, not covert. So this object convert to, I'm going to do curve from mesh / text. There we go. Okay. Now I want to enable path animation for this. And 100 steps is good for me here. So that's my first thing. So now I'm going to rename this to something like track. There we go. So I'll do the same on here. This is no longer a cube, even in the mesh data slash curve data in this case. So, here we go. Now, let's add some empty objects. So, to do that, I'm going to do like 5 garage door slats. So, I'm going to need 6 because there's going to be from the beginning of it all the way to the end, we're going to have 6. So, let's see. First of all, let's get an empty. We're just going to do plain axes. We can turn that size down as well. So I'll just do like, I don't know, 0.1. Let's see what that looks like. It's not really important or anything. Just kind of helps getting things out of the way. I'm going to do 0.3. That's a little hard to see. Okay. Now, what I want to do is that I want to take this so that it follows this track. Now, to make it follow the track, I'm going to go to my constraints. Add object constraint, follow path. And we're going to choose track as our path that we are going to follow. Now, I don't want this starting up here. I want this so it's starting down here. So, I am going to, let's see, I think I have to switch the direction on this to make this work right. So, let's see. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now I have it where I want it. I want it so that it moves up this way. So, now, if I go through this, it's not doing anything at the moment. But I can go into my animation right here on my track. And then, let's see, go into the path animation. Okay. Now I'm going to insert a keyframe right here. And then let's just say we go 100 frames. So it's frame 101, right? That really should not be on frame 0. GX1. Okay. So now if I jump ahead to frame 101, I think it was that. Let's see. Is it 100? Yeah. Okay. Then this shows you that it's now following that path. Now, I don't want it to do that just yet, so I'm going to delete all those keyframes. So I'm going to get this, clear keyframes. There we go. Go back into our layout tab. Now, this item, what I want it to do is that I want it so that it's not there at the bottom, but we're going to give it an offset. So this offset I'm going to put at 50. Or negative 50. I think that's what it was. Okay, that's what it was, yes. Okay. I'm going to duplicate this. And now I'm going to put this one at negative 40. Okay. Duplicate this. So all of them are keeping this same follow path thing right here. Okay. Negative 20. So this makes it really easy. Negative 10. And then no offset. Okay, here we go. So that takes care of that. Now, if I were to animate this, I go into here, And then I could start moving that. Now, after a certain point, they start to gather up. So what we need to do is that we need to make this so that we have a limit on these. And that's where we make a driver. 0. All right. So now we're going to do resolution time. Add driver. Oh wait, first, before we do that, I'm going to make, well, first of all, I'm going to parent these. So, select all those. Last object becomes the parent of all those. So now, I would definitely recommend don't move it. Okay, so those all need to stay there on that curve. Boom. Now, I'm going to add another empty. And this one, I'm going to keep it the same size that it's at. I'm not going to reduce it, because this one's going to be our control object now. So now, I'm going to give this a custom property. Add. And this one, we're going to call door. Okay. Now, by default, I want that to be 0.0. I found out that if you just do 0, that it does like an on-off type thing. But if you give it a 0.0, then it gives you a slider value. So anyway, a little background there. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is control this curve and all these empties with that property that we just made. So now, evaluation time, we're going to add driver. Call that door. I want to do this times 50. That's where I want to go with this. 50.0. I'll do that. So now, I'm going to get that single property I just made. And that empty, I think it was empty.006. So it's not the best housekeeping here, I'll confess. That property that we made, this would be the data path. So now, when I do that property, okay, well, there it is. So we got that. So it did what it was supposed to. I think I just need to clear those items there. I have to Alt-P these. Clear parent. Clear parent. Okay. So much fun. Okay, now I'll try that again. Learning experience, folks. Also, clear parent. There. There we go. So typically, if you're going to be doing some item like this, you want to make sure that this kind of stuff remains stationary. Anyway, that was a totally fake laugh. Not cool. So, now that we have that all set up, now we just need to select our doors, or add some door slats, and then we have a functioning garage door. So, let's do plain. And this one, our X90. Okay. Now, let's see. I want to do Control A and apply that rotation. Okay. Our dimensions we're going to do as 0.25, I believe, or is 0.2? I can't remember. Let's see. GD. Man. Also, I want to have this so that the base of this object is right here. So I'm going to snap to this edge. And then I'm going to change the origin. Okay. So I change the origin to the 3D cursor on this. And then I want this at, I do Alt G, so that way it's at at 0 point, Shift C, that way I got my cursor back where I need it. And looking at this, it looks like it should be 0.4. Yes, okay. So now, what I'll do is that I will take this and parent it to another one of these. Alright, and then I want to apply this scale. There we go. So getting toward the end of this now. Okay, so I'll do Control P. Alright. Now, that one didn't quite work there. Keep transform. Alright. That still didn't do that there as I wanted it. So, okay. Here's what I think I'll do. Cursor to selected. Now, do the same thing there with selection of cursor. And we'll try that. Control P. There we go. Now let's see if that works. So if I were to take this property, there we go. Okay, that worked. Shift D, D, negative 0.4. Okay. Then each of these there we go. Gets easier and easier, I think. Okay, do the same thing. Oh yes, you gotta remember to parent that. I think I parented that, but just to be safe, there we go. Actually, I'm finding this not exactly the offset I want. That one I'm going to hide temporarily. And then I'll just get it back later. Okay, Control P, parent. That one, I want to get it so it snaps to there. So, I decided I'd try to be lazy, but that didn't work. Oh, geez. So, do this another way. Select my cursor. Okay, fine. For parent. Okay. try that again. This is the kind of fun that I have here. Touch the cursor. Okay, there we go. So, and I can adjust these slats as I need to as well. Oh yeah, it's even better. Alt-G. No. Okay. Oh, okay. I see what it is. I think. So let's see if that works now. No, that didn't do it. Okay, so much for taking the shortcuts, huh? Alright. The cursor. So a lot of this is just repetitive work. So, but anyway, now it's coming together. And, you know, like I say, I can just adjust these as necessary. But let's just go for this, just for the sake of argument. Okay? So now, if we move this, I'll just get that Alt-H, I want to say. Yes, that's what it was. So we get that out of there. Press the caps lock. So now, one of them got left out in the dark there. Okay, Control P. There we go. So now, we have that so that it moves, but we don't want those slats to be standing. Excuse me. To be standing upright like that. So now it's time to get the next step. We're going to do a damp track. I tried a few different ways to get these so that they would track to these empties. Best way I found was to do a damp track. So Blender has a few track solutions on there for track 2, but that's the one that I found was best for these. So we're going to add more object constraints now. So this one is going to track to this empty right here. So damp track. Okay. Alright. And then let's do this now just as a little test. Just to make sure that I tracked it right. Okay, that looks good. So I'll do the same thing for here. Damp track, Z, and I'll use that eyedropper. Okay. Damp track, same thing. Same thing. Make sure you follow this, and then you'll have your stuff. Last but not least, this slat. Now, we can take care of this to where now we have that rolling along that track like we want. Pretty cool, huh? And then just as some final stuff, just to make it so that it's a lot cleaner for you, so that if you're animating this scene, that you're not seeing stuff that you don't want to be selecting, or you're not selecting stuff that you don't want to be selecting. What we can do is go to this filter icon, turn this on, and then we can also turn these off, but, you know, we can have these so they're visible. And then, let's see. Just make them so they're not selectable. So, oh yeah, that we don't have to worry about. So anyway, this is how you get it. Boom. 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 Yeah. Okay, so those are no longer selectable. And then, once you get that all done, then you can turn off these empties. And you can also turn off that track. Oh yes, that last empty right there I want to keep on. Okay, the track I'm going to turn off. So now all you're left with are these 5 garage door slats and this control object. And now, because like I say, I did not want to have those selectable, all I can select now is just this object. And now I have that, so it rolls up like a garage door. So I can edit these slats later on, but for now, this gives you the idea of how to make a garage door. So I'll be doing something similar for a tank tread in another episode, so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope that you comment and that you like, and that you subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you so much for watching,